Ladies and gentlemen, how we doing tonight? What's up? Mark May here. Welcome to episode number 32 of the Mayhem show. It's going to be me and Russ Cassidy taking on this beast tonight that is the Hellbringers reunion show. I've been waiting on this for months, guys, months. And we're finally able to pull this off right now. Super excited, super pumped to be here. I know Mr. Cassidy is going to be pumped to be here as well. When we bring him on tonight is going to be a crazy night. We're going to be talking about all sorts of different things. I'll be sharing different video files. I'll be sharing different files like let's say interior pages. We'll be showing off kind of some of our process stuff, and we'll be talking about covers and how we did this along the way. August 2020 is when the Kickstarter launched with Chad Harden for Hellbringers: The Sacred Heart. And we've come so far since then in that 1 year to this August 2021. And we're going to talk about the entire ride tonight. That's what tonight's show is about. That and one more pitch, guys. Colorado Springs Comic-Con, don't forget it is this weekend, August 27th through the 29th. If you haven't gotten your tickets yet, make sure to get your tickets and get on down there. They got one of the best celebrity lineups you could possibly have for a convention, especially in Colorado, as well as an incredible artist lineup. And guys, we're going to be there with Hellpug Books for the first time ever. It's going to be great. Without any further ado tonight, though, I would like to bring on our guest, Mr. Russ Cassidy, ladies and gentlemen. How you doing tonight, my friend?
Hey, buddy. I'm doing good.
That's awesome. Welcome to the show tonight. We're gonna rock this shit. It's gonna be me and you talking about Hellbringers, talking about Hellpug, talking about Jengar and Shred, and talking about how we made all these different books. I'm super excited. This show needs to happen. It hasn't happened yet. We got all these great books. A lot of people might not know about them. Might have not seen interior pages, stuff like that. We got loads to show you tonight. We're going to show you the videos that we made to get you there for the Kickstarter campaigns. We're going to show you the covers that we did together. Russ, I counted your covers. It's ridiculous, the amount of covers you have colored for Hellbringers, which is awesome, by the way. We're gonna show off all sorts of fun stuff tonight. And before I pull up the first video to get us into everything, because you're going to see some cameo videos that we had along the way too to talk to the staff and stuff to prep them up. But Russ, we're going to start just with a quick question as I'm looking for this. What was your favorite part of the whole ride?
Favorite part of the whole thing, I think, was probably just getting to work with all the different creators, different artists, that meeting new people, working with different people. That's probably my favorite part. People are probably always going to be my favorite part of the whole thing. So, I mean, coloring is fun and all, but by far meeting new people and, learning from people, picking up how they do things, being able to share what I've learned, those kinds of things are really, that's where it's really fun for me.
So, I mean, you're right. Meeting new people, getting to do all the different stuff that we've done with the different people that we've met and stuff like that has been absolutely incredible. One of the things that we need to bring up first, and let's start the story here, okay? Chris Giarusso, 2015. It's me and Chris, and we are training for my first Comic-Con, and I am basically pushing this idea of Hellbringers. Talking to Chris, and he's telling me, he's like, go do it, do whatever you want to do. You know what I mean? So 2015, in my first art book, The Art of Mark May, Volume 1, 2015, we launched a book called Hellbringers 0, which is 5 pages that we have that explains kind of the story of Hellbringers as it goes. And then later in 2015, we create a card set at the very end of it, early 2016, of the first set of Hellbringers cards. These cards are printed in metal as prototype cards, and are I think there's only 3 sets of them out there in existence. Right after that, I believe it's 2017, Brady Overstreet and I start mastering the Hellbringers Set 1 card game to where we can actually make it a game. I start writing the rules in the backyard. He starts setting up the cards how I tell him to do them. Boom, there's Set 1 of the Hellbringers card game. We try to throw it on Kickstarter. Everybody's like, what the hell is this? And what the hell it was didn't get funded. And the reason it didn't is because we didn't know what we were doing, mainly me. And then Hellbringer Set 2 comes in. And that's where this guy right here, Mr. Russ Cassidy, comes in, and we start making Hellbringer Set 2 for the card game. Next thing you know, boom, funded. We get funded for Set 2, even though we weren't successful for Set 1. That was the dream right there, man. That was awesome to have that card set out, and we did, incredible things with those cards, Russ. And I can remember just thinking about it, because that's the first thing we're kind of going to talk about tonight, is just thinking about the cards and how much work they were at first. Because you had to write stories for each character. You had to come up with a backstory for each character. You had to come up with their statistics and make it make sense for the game, and then somehow put it into the game, all while Russ is, designing the outside of the cards to change them up from what we had from Brady's design in the first set. And then he's also coloring characters, which this is the first time that Russ is really doing the boom, 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 boom. But this is ultimately what got Russ to the level he is, because he colored so many pieces so quickly. Russ, do you remember?
I don't think you can. Can you see this?
Yeah, you can see that. Let me zoom in on it.
So this is Set 1. If you can see the artists that are on this set, many people know who these folks are.
Mm-hmm.
There's Sarah Frazetta. So this was Set 1.
Bob Camp, creator, Ren and Stimpy. Cara Nicole, great cosplayer. Chris Giarusso, my mentor. Ed Smith, the guy who did the interiors for Hellpug. Marat Michaels. I mean, you're talking about my mentor there as well, who got me my first job. Phil Spalding, awesome artist. Rick Lozano, who's an incredible artist, and it also is how you got into the first card set, because you colored his cards, his 4 cards for the Horsemen of the. I mean, man, that was an incredible set. Ryan Kincaid, Sarah Frazetta, Sean Forney, and my buddy Stephen Palala. And let's talk about him for a second. He is a cover artist for Hellpug, and also for Hellbringers: The Ties That Bind Us. So he's going to be maybe joining the show tonight as well, a little bit later. That card right there that Russ is holding up is the creator of Ren and Stimpy. That's Bob Camp. His card was Zombie Andrew Jackson. So our first little zombie president that we threw in there. Worthless card in the game, definitely will get killed. This is Ryan Kincaid. Awesome art. A better card for sure as far as statistics on the back when you're fighting with them.
Yeah, I'm just pulling up some cards.
Yeah.
Here's
AIM. This is AIM, one of our main guys that we've had floating through the book so far as bad guys from the Council of Hate. And you got to remember, guys, this was all 2017, early 2017. We're getting all this art. That's Attila.
There's Lilith's card.
And this is Lilith right here. This is before her little transformation. This is how she looked in issue 0.
So that's a we'll toss out some.
There's Ravana, who's going to be a main character in Hellbringers: The Ties That Bind Us, which will be shipping in a couple weeks, ladies and gentlemen. Rhinoceros Rex right there by the incredible Ed Smith. It's crazy to think he did the card, and ladies and gentlemen, he got the job afterwards because he did the card. There's Valak, ladies and gentlemen. We just had a huge announcement about Valak this week. We're going to be playing a video today of Valak. That way you'll be able to see the big announcement later on. Guys, this is the way this has worked with me so far. People that have given their time to me have helped with the cards and stuff like that. All those card artists have eventually become our artists on the comic books because I believe in giving back to the people that have given to me. And that's kind of what you see here with Ed Smith, Russ, of course, being the huge one, because he started with the cards and he's been all throughout the comics since. Cantonese Comic Kid says, "What's up, guys?" What's up, Cantonese Comic Kid?
Hey.
You got any set 2 cards on you, Russ?
Sure. I'm trying to get them out of the box.
Yeah, they get stuck in there, especially those foil ones.
But they're awesome. I mean, they are just. These cards would have done way better if we would have marketed them to gamers instead of the regular comic folks.
That's true.
We just didn't fit. We couldn't figure out how to how to market this game to gamers.
We couldn't.
But
we were selling it more as a dark art project, guys. That's McLean McGuire right there. Let me zoom in on this one real quick so you guys can see McLean's art. A lot of people don't know this guy is an artist, and he's a badass artist too. But the first time me and McLean actually worked together, he was not doing it as a letterer. He was working with me as an artist for the card set. Also another example of somebody that worked on the card set and got a job. Oh, wow. Yeah, V the Fairy Assassin, ladies and gentlemen. This is my my stepdaughter right here. That is her in the card game. She loves that, by the way. That was the first time she's ever been included in one of those. Before she became a Jengar cover artist, by the way. That is Voth the Vampire, which is a homage to Brad Voth himself.
Trying to find some other cool cards.
No, dude.
Here's the Jengar and Shred.
This is all right. So this right here is how it all kind of started. Again, another opportunity coming from the card game, Jengar and Shred. That was Rich Bonk's card that you just saw right there, ladies and gentlemen. And here's the thing about that. He got the job right after that for Jengar and Shred. That is Bushi Kawaso, ladies and gentlemen, by the insanely talented Ben Bishop, who does Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
The Last Ronin.
Ben's a great guy, by the way. We've hung out outside the convention. He's good people. Guys, let's talk about Michael Mastermaker for a second. Michael Mastermaker, I wish he could have been on tonight, is the top card artist as far as I'm concerned, as far as Hellbringers cards, because he's done more than anybody. He's even done almost more than me, which is insane. When it comes to the top guys, Michael is the top guy for Hellbringers cards.
He does so many cards. I mean, just not even just for Hellbringers, but just in general. The guy is he's a card beast.
He is. He's absolutely incredible. There's no other way you can.
So many awesome cards in this set, and just so you can see the backs of these cards, it's a game. So these guys have hit points. They have a story. They have stats. So it's a full blown game. It's not just pretty art. Here's Kodo, who's in the Hellpug book. Here's Chad Harden's art.
Oh man, yeah, Chad's Zenobia
awesome.
character right there is just it. Just, I mean, I wanted almost to put that as the cover of the game. You remember?
Yep.
Because of how amazing it was. Like, even though it wouldn't have been the boss, which is the tradition for it, like his cover or that card, excuse me, was just so damn good. Which is also another example of how we're getting into this. So, uh, 2017 is rolling around. We get done with card set number 2, and then it turns out that this is Velocicock, ladies and gentlemen. There's Velocicock
Yeah,
in all of its glory.
Here's this. This was the boss of set 2.
Oh yeah,
Who was done by
Mei Rufino, and then Russ did colors on that one, which, dude, at the time was such a big deal for both of us. You remember? Yep. Anthony Delaney, ladies and gentlemen, better known as Antonio D on Facebook, also incredible. There were so many incredible different cards in this set. Like, we couldn't ask for better artists because that's how great they were.
Yeah, they were just such good cards. There's so many. Yeah, some good stuff in there.
So then we start getting into more of the hold on one second here. We start getting into more of these discussions that just all of a sudden happen between me and Chad Harden. It was the summer of 2020, and I couldn't believe that this was happening. It was actually spring, I think, of 2020, and then Chad comes in and he starts, talking to me. He's like prepping me up. He's telling me, you can make this comic happen, but I'm like, man, I don't know if I want to do interiors. You know what I mean? I don't know if I know what I'm doing as far as writing the book for the interiors. You know what I mean? And then he's like, well, why don't I license it out from you and we can just do it together? And I'm like, God, this is incredible. This is a great idea. I love that. I think that's great. And this is kind of how we start getting into our next segment here, which is going to be the Sacred Heart, the Hellbringers, the Sacred Heart. And what I want to do, as I'm about to bring it up, is I actually want to play a video for you guys. That is a video that we just actually started this week on the YouTube show for the Sacred Heart, the voice acted comic preview. And that's actually the big video that I want to share with you guys right now, because that one is going to give you a better idea of what the Sacred Heart was for everyone. So let me pull it up right now, and we'll get this going for you. we're gonna have the voice acting thing happening in September. So the moment I get a chance, we're gonna put it together, and then we're gonna have a little fun with that, me and Adina, and do like a comic reading of each one of the comics. That way, people can see them, and they'll be able to watch them on YouTube along with music, which is gonna be done primarily by Adrian Von Ziegler, who gave us the rights to use it, which I think is amazing because I love that guy. Russ, let's talk about Hellbringers: The Sacred Heart, my man.
So that was a fun book. I mean, it was definitely a good start. It set the tone for the rest of the books. I mean, basically, one basically going through the process of of hiring artists, of getting the art pages turned in, colored pages turned in, pages lettered, and then editing the book and getting it printed and everything. It was a learning process for I think everyone that was involved. So
I can definitely vouch for that. I think it was the biggest learning process of my entire life, and I think there's no other way to put it.
Yeah, I mean, it paved the way for you to do the next 4 books.
It did.
So
it did.
I mean, and every time you produce a book, you learn something. I mean, it's kind of has to be a goal, right? Every time you do a book, it's like, okay, you know what? I learned this time. Let's not do that again. Let's do, or let's do this again, ×3. So.
It's definitely true. And Hellbringers: The Sacred Heart. When we go back and we look on it, it's one of those books that, like, I kind of wish that I knew now what I know then, or knew then what I know now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's one of those kind of things, but it's also like, dude, while we were doing this was all that mattered to me in life. Like, all that mattered. Yep. Like, there was nothing else. Like, all I cared about was this. And it was, to me, like, when I look back on it, like, this was the biggest moment, I think, of my life. Like, at the time, because we were not only putting out the story for Hellbringers and continuing the story, but we were doing it with Chad fucking Hardin. You know what I mean?
I mean, it's every comic nerd's dream, right? I mean, everybody that does a comic, this is their dream, making their own book.
It's not only just making your own book, but doing it with the legends that came before you. You know what I mean? People that you respect, not just people that you respect, but also, just great artists, just great, like, cover artists, great interior artists. Watching you learn through the entire process was one of the greatest things that I thought was, I mean, to me, just all the internal stuff that we did as far as growth. Yeah. That was the best part of all this to me. Like I can take everything now from this past year, and let me tell you, it's more. It is more than I learned in the previous 6 years before that.
Oh, yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? This past year was a zoom, just a zoom of what you learn. And, I got to thank Chad a million times over. I mean, because at the end of the day, it does come down to that first conversation. You know what I mean? Do we want to do this? Yeah. And it was a resounding yes from the both of us, and this is what we did. And we got something to be proud of. I really think so. Between everything that is in this book, Ryan Brown, his art, I loved it. I chose him. I still love it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I was actually looking at the book the other day, and it's a good looking book. I mean,
it is.
Having done all these Kickstarters for people and, just offering help to people, I'm seeing, the indie comic world is huge. It's way bigger than mainstream. There are way more indie creators out there than there are mainstream comic folks. And, because, I mean, technically anybody can make a comic book, right? I mean, anybody can, put a pencil to paper and draw a comic book, but is it quality? And that's the thing. I mean, and that's what separates certain indie creators from other indie creators. And it's not bad mouthing anybody. I mean, if anybody can put together a comic book and sell it, then in my eyes, you're a professional. You've sold your book. You've done it. But in the indie world, there is I mean, there's quality, and then there is
Let's talk about quality for a second from
I mean,
Ryan
look
Brown
at
here.
it's just they're pretty. It's pretty pages. I mean, it's.
Let me show you my favorite page in the entire book. Okay, we're not going to keep our next special guest waiting too much longer. We'll probably move on to the next one after this. But I do want to I want to throw out one more shout out to Ryan Brown here. Ryan, if you ever get to watch this, I hope to work with you again one day, because that right there, my friend, this what I'm about to show is my favorite page.
And that was my favorite page to color as well.
In the entire series, this one right here mattered the most, almost in the entire series. So it was great to work with you, and it was great to have you on for this part right here, my friend, because that is some good stuff right there. And Russ, I love this page.
Yeah,
I love the colors.
When that page came, when I got to that page, I skipped everything else and colored this first. I'm just like, this is fun. I mean, it was. Yeah, no, I loved it too. I loved I like the panel layout. I think that was something that Ryan did really well. I loved the panel layout, the pages and whatnot.
So Chad asked me, he said, who do you want to letter this book? I said, one name. And that was McLean McGuire. And that little graphic right there in the lasers, that's why, folks. Let me show this page real quick. So, bottom left panel, one of my all-time favorite panels in Hellbringers. Love that panel. So, let me just say again, it was great. It was great to have this happen. Great to work with Chad. Chad worked with me after this too on Jengar and Shred, and then on Dawn of the Devil doing covers. So it was great to have him back for those, and I can't wait to work with him again someday. And we're also going to be at a convention together in Denver this year, hometown convention. So that'll be awesome, guys. That'll be really cool. I can't wait for that. We're going to go ahead and move on now to talking about the next book. And
don't forget, after that book, the ad for that book at the back of that book was for set 3.
Set 3. Yeah. Let's talk about set 3.
So we had cards from Isaac Bell.
Isaac Bell, ladies and gentlemen, one of my close friends. We actually grew up together in the Denver area in the con scene together. So he actually is one of my really good friends.
Becky got in on the coloring of Chad Mastermaker, of Michael Mastermaker's cards. So Becky got in on the coloring. That's where Becky came into the fold for the Hellbringer stuff. Was we basically asked her if she wanted to color some cards.
Yeah. And the great thing about that is Becky has been such an asset to Silent Mayhem Productions and Hellbringers, and there's really no other way to put it. Like she came in at a time where Russ, working as hard and as busy and as diligent as he possibly could, needed help with the Hellbringers set 3 cards, because he obviously works for other people, not just me, guys. And that's Captain Dreadnought right there, which you'll learn about a little bit later on here. So on the set 3 cards, we had Maud Park as the cover artist. She actually did the cover, which was pretty awesome. I think we got a frozen Russ up in here right now, guys.
No. I'm just I'm going through the cards to try to find
Oh, okay.
some good cards to show.
I had you froze for a second. This is Quetzalcoatl, which is by a very famous New Mexico artist.
Oh, the Soul Reavers card was pretty awesome.
So let's talk about this for just a second. This is Brett Akamura right here, ladies and gentlemen.
Did I just spoil something? Don't pay attention.
Don't look.
I just might
Nobody look at that. But that's Brett Akamura, ladies and gentlemen, on that card. And we'll talk about Brett Akamura at the end of the show because Brett actually is going to be doing some future work for us here at Silent Mayhem Productions that I am super excited to share with you guys. You probably won't believe it, honestly, after I show you. But, ladies and gents, what came after set 3, which was funded in a day and a half, was our next comic book in January, which we were able. Oh, there's Mog's card. Yes,
Mog's card, which is just beautiful.
It is. It's absolutely beautiful, and that's why it became the cover. And it actually changed the story. It was so beautiful that I actually made her the boss of the set. That's the power of art right there, ladies and gentlemen. So let me show you this. This is for Jengar and Shred here. We got the making of Jengar and Shred, folks. We're gonna go ahead and show it to you right now. This was the first Silent Mayhem Productions solo comic. The Sacred Heart comic, don't forget, guys, was in association with Harden Arts Studios. So this is the first Silent Mayhem Productions solo book of the year, Jengar and Shred. That was Jengar and Shred, which you can see that was the making of. I like the videos because they kind of give you a sense of the art and everything that went into it. Rich Bonk was incredible and out of his mind on this book. You can tell this is something that he wanted to do, that he was interested in, and that he loved it. Rich Bonk, incredible to work with this man. I wish I have the opportunity again someday in the future. Gary Kissel, let's talk about Gary for a second. Gary was a great color artist. He did things Different, right, Russ? He doesn't do it like the normal color artist these days.
Does not.
He did it. He did it differently. He did it old school, and man, it turned out great. I loved it. I wish that we could have a reunion on Jingar and Shred with Rich, Buck, and Gary because it did so good. But like most things, when it's good, it goes on and moves on to better things. So Rich ended up getting a job with Dark Horse right after doing Nexus with my man Mike Barron, who lives right up the street. I thought that was really cool that he moved on to be able to do that. Man, it's been an absolutely insane ride for everything we've been doing for all that stuff. Russ, tell us a little bit about Jingar and Shred.
Well, I thought the interesting part of it was that you don't actually reveal a villain until right at the very end. So basically, it's definitely an origin, like an origin story of how she got there, and obviously she befriends no, it's not a T-Rex, but kind of like a T-Rex. At least it looks
It's an
like
Allosaurus hybrid.
There you go. Which it's hilarious that Rich knows his dinosaurs.
He does, which is great.
One of the best.
Yeah, that's a good thing too, because I love my dinosaurs, and so having somebody that was able to draw exactly what you're talking about right off the bat and do it in a way that it looks like an old movie from like the 1920s. I mean, it was great. I loved it. I loved everything about it. I loved the way it looked. I loved the insides. I loved the double page spread. That one was great. And then, of course, Onag's horrible fate was probably one of my all-time favorite parts. When he gets ripped in half, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to read it online in the next couple of months when me and Adina do the online reading. You're going to love it. I promise. So,
the big thing I think with Rich is the fact that he knew what the dinosaurs were. And he basically didn't want to do a T-Rex because it would be too big. So he knew what dinosaur to use that would be more realistic. So it's one of those things, how you have actors that they go study the material that they're going to be doing in a movie so that it becomes more realistic, or a writer that goes and learns something so that he's not just saying, oh, they're doing karate. No, they go actually and study karate so that they know, how to tell an artist, to draw this or that, or all the terminology and that kind of stuff. It for someone that knows how to do karate and they read those words properly in a book, it hits home more. So it's the same thing with the dinosaurs. When people know what dinosaur that is, they're just like, oh wow, they really know. So
I like that a lot too, because that was the thing. Like I knew my dinosaurs and he knew his dinosaurs. So instead of having to go in a book and showing him exactly what dinosaur it was, you just had to say the name. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that was beautiful. That was a beautiful thing. It is getting to be around the 750 mark right now, ladies and gentlemen, and we are into Jingar and Shred. One more thing I want to show you is the amazing contribution by Mr. Joseph Michael Linsner, not only of the logo, but also the amazing cover that he gave us and the incredible artwork that he also gave us for the book. Without him, I would say Jingar and Shred would not have been nearly as successful as it was, and we really appreciate his contributions, not only to my career before this as a friend and a mentor, but also as somebody that really wanted to see this project move forward. I mean, he said it with his words himself. He's like, I want to see this succeed more than anything you could possibly imagine. And he helped us out, and I love him, and I appreciate it. And, we made the Jingar and Shred theme song just because he helped us out. So Have you ever heard the Jengar and Shred theme song, my friend?
Maybe.
Do you want to hear it? I would love to play this for you.
Oh boy. As long as it's not Jamie Kennedy, we'll be okay.
We're gonna get that here when Hellpug comes
we
on
really
in a little
don't
bit.
have to.
I'm keeping all the cameos off that we did before, like the Jengar and Shred ones. Randy Couture, all those guys. That was amazing when we were getting those guys. Gangrel. Do you remember what Gangrel said for Jengar and Shred? He said, "Here we go, shredding Hinga." I was like, God, Gangrel, what are you talking about, my man? This is insane. Let's see here. Hellbringers.
I think half those guys, they go and get loaded, and then they're like, all right, which
let's do some cameo videos. All sound effects and mastering by your true. So that's the theme song for Jengar and Shred 2. I actually had it made. Every one of these books has a theme song made for it. There's the Hellbringers main theme, which we were associating with the Sacred Heart before this. There's also what we're going to be playing next for Hellpug and excuse me, folks, excuse me. The Great Fire Mountain.
They're jumping ahead.
Yes, I am. The Great Fire Mountain is the one that we did for Dawn of the Devil. Let me actually bring that on for you, because this one is completely different than the rest of them, but I absolutely want you to hear it because I love it. There's a Vietnamese musician who finished, I want to say he said 4th for The Voice over there. And his name is Michael Scott. And this is the song that I hired him to do for this book. Also, I wrote this song.
Slip in this fragile cave of time, hiding from the doom that waits. How can I kill demon again when powers are so weak? How can I possibly stop this fall? Darkness right out on my knees. I miss my lady Lilith, queen of hell. I miss her face, her body, her sight and her smell. I know she must think I'd abandoned her. She must think me a coward, I'm sure. Just think about me when you look to the grave. Still my best friend, how much you wanna bet? Do you think about me when you look to the grand final mountain? Are you lonely and you found another? Of course, I left you too long. I miss all of you. I hope you miss all of me too. I left for me, so I wouldn't have to see you die too. Lilith, don't forget about me. I love you. I'm not the devil, I'm Lucifer. Morning stars when I'm with you.
Okay, that was just a little intermission, ladies and gentlemen, because honestly and truthfully, that song right there, I know it's a long, drawn-out process, and I made you listen to the whole thing, but it does tell you everything that's going on in Hellbringers if you listen to the words.
I almost fell asleep.
I know. It's such a different. That's why we did it. It's so different than the rest of the music that we have for Hellbringers. But without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, you guys know what time it is. Special guest appearance time. Miss Becky Fuller in the house, ladies and gentlemen. How you doing tonight, Becky?
Good. How are you?
It's another one of those beautiful nights where we do Hellbringer stuff, and I force you to come on and do all this crazy talking about how much fun you had and stuff like that. No, but seriously, Becky, how much fun did you have?
Fun?
A little bit.
Have fun? No, I'm kidding. A lot. It was super fun.
Because we are now moving into the segment of Dawn of the Devil. So we have moved out of Jengar and Shred, and this is officially our Dawn of the Devil segment. Hellbringers Dawn of the Devil was the next book on the list, and we officially put it on Kickstarter. Was it in March? I believe it was March. So March was when we did that one. And guys, if you haven't checked out Dawn of the Devil yet, and we gotta talk about this. Becky not only makes her coloring debut for covers on my cover, but she also has 2 pinups in the book. So it's a big deal for this one. Guys, we're going to watch a quick video real quick so you guys can see kind of a little bit of the making of Hellbringers Dawn of the Devil.
What the heck is with the ghost?
You know what's with the ghost?
The
You know what's with him, ghost?
ghost. I saw the ghost.
Favorite part about this was a couple days ago, somebody was saying how dramatic this was.
So dramatic.
This one has my favorite theme song.
You like this one?
Yeah.
Wait till we show you the Valak one at the end of the night.
Oh, awesome. Sounds very Celtic.
Becky will punch your mom Fuller.
Oh, yeah.
She will.
Forgot about
I'm my best friend, y'all. She punch y'all. Boy, what is going on with the video here, huh? Is it playing through for you guys? Or is it stuck on the creator Mark May? That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, it's stuck on there for me.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's not how that video was supposed to go.
Oops.
So, all right, here we go. This is our cover, me and Becky's cover right here.
There it goes.
Hellbringers Dawn of the Devil was my absolute favorite book out of the series so far that I think we've all done. Most ambitious by far for the interiors, for Russ's colors, everything.
Cover artist, yeah.
Everything's great. I mean, Shannon Mayer, Corey Hampshire here. Corey also did half the interiors of the book. Steph Bitch and Wilson, Carrie Kiko-Ass Ann, ladies and gentlemen.
Two of my favorite people in the world.
Good people, folks. Good people, great covers. Ladies and gentlemen, Brett Akamura is in the house. We are going to be talking about you in just a little bit, Brett.
This was so pretty. I love this one. Playing hooky from work, but you can watch later when I'm talking all good about it. Hellbringers Dawn of the Devil, ladies and gentlemen. Here's some more crazy stuff, Russ. What do you think about this?
Oh, and that stuff's not as crazy. The little Pac-Man ghost that up here.
I love. Big reminder, ladies and gentlemen, we do love all our fans at Hellbringers and Silent Mayhem Productions. We wouldn't be anything without you. And I tell people that all the time. Becky!
Yes.
What are you coloring, Becky?
Yeah, what you doing?
Coloring.
I know what you're coloring.
You know what I'm coloring. It's Naughty Nice 12.
Oh, heck yeah, y'all. Naughty and Nice 12 up in the house. Marat Michaels, ladies and gentlemen, is that the guy that brings that book. He does great with it. Guys, Shannon Mayer did the greatest cover ever for Hellbringers, Dawn of the Devil.
Yeah, I think we should keep talking about him for just a minute.
Oh, yeah?
Stay on the general topic of him. I don't know, something might happen.
Oh, well, that's awesome because I do want to tell you guys about Mr. Shannon Mayer here for a second. Shannon's cover was the top seller, of course, for Hellbringers, Dawn of the Devil, and Comics Mint had a virgin copy that they did for themselves. It is one of the most gorgeous covers you're ever going to see in your entire life.
So beautiful.
It is beautiful, and we're actually going to show it off right now. So give me 1 second here so I can bring it up for you folks. But when Shannon actually decided and told us that he was going to be doing this cover, it changed the entire foundation, I guess, for what we thought we could do as far as a publishing company at Silent Mayhem Productions. Like, I honestly felt confidence that I didn't otherwise have without him agreeing to do this cover. And I'm going to show it to you right now, folks. We owe a lot to Shannon for this.
I really, really loved the background and the lighting on this one because, like, at first glance, it doesn't seem like there's that much background, but then you start looking at it, you start picking out little details and finding little highlights and spots where it's just like almost hidden gems, and it's really fun, and it's got like really dramatic lighting, like Rembrandt style kind of, and I really love it.
It's like Lilith is talking and moving her arms.
It does have a Rembrandt style to it a lot. I actually didn't think about that until you just said it, but you can see it in the clouds. You can see it behind her. You can see it. I mean, you can see it on her.
Yeah,
like,
it's just a beautiful cover.
It is. It absolutely is. Hellbringers Dawn of the Devil, ladies and gentlemen, is just it's as good as it gets with this cover right here. That's all I'm gonna say. Wait a second. Is that a special guest appearance that I see? Ladies and gentlemen, it is Shannon Mayer. What's up, man?
Not much. How's everybody?
Good, man. How you been?
Good. Becky said you were talking about a certain issue, so thought I'd pop in and say hi.
Heck yeah. This amazing, ladies and gentlemen, it is Shannon Mayer. He is making a appearance here, and we haven't actually talked to Shannon in a while. He has been so busy doing amazing covers.
I think I just saw a Vampirella 23 cover that came out today, if I'm correct.
Metal
cover. Becky's handing me stuff here.
You got the metal cover? Oh, heck. Oh, my God. That's the most beautiful one there is that one. For sure.
I didn't mean to interrupt. Thought I'd just say hi, though.
No. It's great. Thanks for stopping in, making an appearance. How you been? How's life just living that cover artist amazing life? How is it?
Quiet.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Late nights, solitude,
Quiet but busy.
Yeah, quiet but busy.
That sounds amazing.
Though, I enjoy it. It's a lifestyle.
Indeed it is.
Are you looking forward to getting to some more shows?
Yeah, this weekend we're actually making an appearance at a comic shop in
Heat Seekers Comics in Scranton, Pennsylvania.
Yeah,
There you go.
that, Becky. Scranton, Pennsylvania. Heat Seekers.
Mm-hmm.
Heat Seekers Comics in Scranton.
And then I'll be seeing you at Rhode Island.
Oh, very cool. You're going to be there.
Heck yeah, I'm going to be there.
Yeah, that'll be awesome. Really awesome.
Yeah, that'll be a great time.
Right.
So
I'll let you get back to the Becky, I think, here. I just wanted to pop in and say hi.
Yeah, man. Thanks for making an appearance on the show. It's great to see you.
Oh, absolutely.
Thanks, Shannon.
Talk to you soon.
I appreciate it, Shannon.
Thanks.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Shannon Mayer, the legend himself, just popping in to say hi on the Hellbringers reunion show, which is amazing. Guys, Ron Charles Williams came in. We're never, ever going to forget about this. Ron Charles Williams came in, saved the book, did the last of the pages. Ron's incredible. Ron's going to be my artist on the next books. Just because we got a new book coming out here soon doesn't mean Ron ain't going to be the artist on the next one. But Ron is the man. Love the dude, and I wish he was here tonight. There's no other way to put it. I wish he was here tonight.
He's fast. He's reliable. He's just,
And his quality.
Yep. He's from Extreme.
He's the Q word. That's the best way to put it. He's quality.
Yep.
And that's it's hard to find sometimes, guys.
He does a lot of work for Marat. So,
Guys,
hardworking, dependable.
It's special guest appearance time again. Ladies and gentlemen, it is the Stephen Voala. What's up, my friend?
What you guys doing?
Well, just hanging out. It's been a long time since we've talked. What, like 2 days?
Yeah, I know, right?
But honestly, how you been, man?
Yeah, trying to keep your head above water. That's pretty much all you can do these days.
Heck yeah. Guys, if you didn't know, Stephen is actually a Hellbringers and Hellpug cover artist. He did Hellbringers: The Ties That Bind Us that just launched on Kickstarter, or finished on Kickstarter a month or two ago. A month ago, right? Was it a month ago already? Almost a month
I
ago.
can't keep track of time, man. I'm
But
stuck in a hole. I don't even know what day it is.
he's also a Hellpug cover artist, and at Friday night he is going to be with me at Colorado Springs Comic-Con signing at the table for books for 2 hours during the peak hours, which I think is going to be incredible for both of us. We'll have all sorts of people coming by the booth. You'll get to talk to a bunch of people. We'll pick up some chicks together. It'll be awesome. I can't wait. Let's see.
Love that one.
Well, Adina understands. She understands. It's okay.
Yeah, you're just gonna blame that all on me? Great.
No. So, guys, Hellpug and Velocicock is the next book, the next segment we're going to get into here. The book that comes after Hellbringers: Dawn of the Devil. What better way to do it than this?
Well, who's the big bad boss? I'm the big bad boss. And my name is Hellpug. Talk a lot of shit when I walk. I just walk around with a bad mood. My attitude, that's bad too. If the queen said, I'ma bust a move. If you cross her, I'ma bust you too. Lilith said I gotta go away to find a husband and my daddy, yeah. On a special mission, I complete the mission, always ready for a battle, eh? Find Lucifer, then bring him back. Think I gotta jump on where he hiding at. But first I gotta move the queen to a safer place where ain't nobody riot at. That's a 10-4, buddy, roger that. About to hit the city, I'll be right back. Yeah, the city of Los Angeles to a castle town where nobody at. Hold up, what is this that I see? A Velocicock, half raptor, half cock. Run up on them with them things cock. And around in the chamber that bang cock. Oh, now this getting crazy. Somebody else done appear. And it look like it's a rhinoceros rex. Me and Velocicock, we have a threat. And my God, there's another, now we have a mess. And this one's an elephantitis. Me and Velocicock must be united. Kapow, kaplooey, we fighting. We striking them quicker than lightning. It's history, put it in writing.
I think that's my favorite song.
I really enjoyed that. Yeah.
I mean, there's a difference between Michael Scott and feeling how we were feeling there, and there's a difference between King Marino. You know what I mean? Straight out of Atlanta. King Marino is the man. You can actually check out more of his music, not just on Instagram, but also Facebook. The dude's blowing up right now after he works with us and Hellpug. I mean, it's crazy, right? But the reason we play the video and we start talking about Hellpug here is because Becky did the flats on this one, right, Becky?
Yes, I did.
Becky did the
That was
flats.
That was a lot of fun. I really, really liked working, coloring, filling and flatting that artist's work. It was really clean, and so it was a lot of fun.
It was different. It was Ed has a different style, so it's a lot less lines basically in the art. It was more animated style. So yeah, it was definitely a different book to do, but it was a lot of fun. It's always good to try different styles. So
It's true. Ed was going to be on here tonight if he can make it off of work, and I don't think that he was able to do it because I haven't heard from him. But he did want to be on here tonight, and he sends his love, guys. Ed Smith, an incredible artist, incredible cartoonist, one of the best I've ever seen. I actually met him at Colorado Springs. I think it was 2016 or 2017, and I got a good feeling about this guy right off the bat. Like, there's just something about him. And then in Rhode Island, like, we were hanging out, and same thing. Like, he's a great guy, and that feeling got him into the card set, and then from the card set, he got into doing the interiors for Hellpug and Velocicock, which he wanted to do, which was crazy to me, but he wanted to do it, and we got into it, and we loved it, and he did Rhinoceros Rex, one of the bad guys. He did the card for that. Steven actually did the card for Elefante Titus. So let's talk about that for just a little bit, Steven. How cool was it to see a character that I created, but you obviously drew after I did when I gave you the first concept sketches? How cool is it to see that character go into a comic book and you see him drawn by somebody else?
That is really cool. That's fun. That's fun to see. Like, I think that happens way more. Obviously, it happens way more on the indie scene than it does in like mainstream comics, where somebody like myself, not the most well-known or popular artist out there, gets to do something like that and have that be in print forever. That's pretty cool. Yes, it's awesome to have your Superman or your Batman out there, but like, when you're talking about something that somebody created from scratch, that you may or may not have that influence on future designs or things that people are using, today, making those comics. That's pretty cool. That's fun. That was a fun project.
I don't think I could put it any better than what you just put it. For me, so far, man, creating these books there is a different feeling than. Yeah, I mean, you admit, Steve. Look, guys, Steve has been there since I was a baby at this. He was there since day one. There's no other way to put it. Like Steve was the first guy to get me in my first show. If it's not for Steve, we're not all sitting here right now, guys. You understand what I'm saying? So, and I want everybody to know that, like there is no Hellbringers without Steve. Like Steve, actually, that SMP logo you guys are looking at, I hired Steve to do that. You know what I mean? That Hellbringers, that first Hellbringers logo that we saw for the first book for Hellbringer 0. Guess who formatted that book, ladies and gentlemen? Steve did. Steve is a big part of Hellbringer's lore. I mean, bigger than you guys think.
For a few different artists on their sketchbooks and stuff like that, like format their books and their sketchbooks that they sell and make the logos for them and blank covers so they can do sketches on them and stuff like that. I did that for Chad, done that for a couple different people. Those are fun to do. I like taking people's images and putting them together in a way that kind of tells that story, that evolution of their art to their fans and to other people. Those are fun to do, formatting books and whatnot.
Dude, you do a great job at it, man. And I'm proud to have kept the logo for the SMP logo all these years. You know what I mean? Because
I'm really surprised to see it pop up. I'm surprised. I keep thinking you're going to change it or something.
Well, here's the thing: is like it reminds me of our time together on the con scene. I think is the best way to put it. You know what I mean? And it reminds me of how hard I had to work to get to where we are now. You know what I mean? Like,
shows, man.
Yeah, it was a lot of shows, dude. My badges fill up an entire like box like the size of my bed. Like it's huge. It's like this big.
I gave up on that a while ago. I saw like many years ago. I saw a picture of a buddy of mine who does a lot of conventions. Either sets up a storefront type of thing and sells comic books and stuff like that, or helps other people get tables. And he's just been to a million shows, and he used to always show them at the end of the year, the big fat stack of badges. And I was like, man, I think I'm going to start doing that. And it just got out of control. It just got ridiculous. There's way too many shows, too many badges. I can't even keep track of them all. I find them lying all over the place, and they're not in the pile that I thought they were going to be in. Too many shows.
Bro, too many shows indeed. Your Hellpug cover is sick because it shows the bad guys. Steve, you got a little bit of a tradition here where you're basically doing all bad guys.
I just draw what you tell me, dude.
Well, it's kind of cool because the truth is I love your bad guy covers. I think they're I think they're really cool. So, let's see. Pull up all the covers right here for Hellpug. You can see Steven's bad guy cover at the bottom left down there. Steph Wilson and Carrie Ann right next to it. Mark and Sanju, that's me, folks, right in the middle down there. And then Joseph Rubenstein, the legend himself, bottom right, ladies and gents. Sarah Frazetta with the amazing homage to her granddad, Frank Frazetta, at the top right, with Sanju on colors. Ian Chase Nichols in the middle on the top, just killing that cover. I love that cover. Tells the story. Brett Akamura, ladies and gentlemen, with his cover debut at the top in the middle. And then top left, the interior artist himself was actually the first cover artist hired, Mr. Ed Smith, with one of the most unforgettable covers I have ever seen in my entire life. I love Ed's cover for the book. I mean, dude, like the night he drew that, and he's like, here we go. I was like, you're done, man. You're done. You don't have to do anything else. That was good stuff. And while we're at it for this campaign, let's not forget Wendy Steen Shaner helped us out, came in and offered to do this poker chip and wanted to work together. I mean, we remember. I remember the people that helped me, and right there, you're going to make the show for sure. So, guys, we're going to talk about one more book here that we're all involved in. That's going to end the first arc of the Hellbringers story.
Becky's looking for all kinds of chips.
I don't know where it is. I don't know.
I haven't gotten one yet. You guys have gotten one? I haven't gotten one yet.
No, we haven't got. The first batch of her comics just went out.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. I'm like, I have this naughty fairies. I have this naughty fairies. I have this naughty fairies. This naughty fairies. I'm like, where's my Hellpug one? Okay,
yeah, it'll be on its way this week, probably.
Yay.
Ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, this is the Hellbringers, the Ties That Bind Us making a video. Also,
She seeks her husband, the devil.
Love that cover, man. Oh, man. Remember how much I freaked out when he finished it? Ladies and gentlemen, that was Hellbringers, the Ties That Bind Us. We gave you a little bit of the Ron Charles Williams artwork that's in the book. Ladies and gents, Steve did a cover. Mr. Steve down there did a cover. He did the Bad Guys cover. He did AIM, and he also did Beelzebub, which you will be able to sign eventually, maybe at Denver Comic-Con. Let's see. Becky did the interior colors.
On that one.
What'd you say, Steve?
I forgot you had Ali Garza do stuff for you on that one.
Dude, I love the dude. Like, super legend. You know, dude, we've talked about him before.
He's one of my faves, dude. We always end up sitting next to each other and somewhat, like, super close. They always put him next to Chad for some reason, or like near us, or something like that. We always end up sitting next to Ali Garza. Super cool dude.
Dude, he was a super cool dude. And let me actually show you something real quick. That's his cover. He really wanted to do kind of an axe, and I thought it was kind of cool that he wanted to do it, because that axe that she's holding right there is the axe of Titus. Do you know who Titus is? Elefante Titus.
For sure, dude.
Which is your character.
That's pretty badass.
Yeah, it is. But that Elefante Titus axe in her hands right there, that is actually the axe that is left over after Hellpug destroys the shit out of Elefante Titus at the end of the book. And so she's picking up the axe. You realize what's happened. This is kind of where, she's tracking the footsteps of Hellpug, I guess. So what you guys are going to learn all about this in the second arc of the book. You're going to love it. Did you see this one by chance? The Adesso Corona and Andrew Dollhouse.
Yeah, badass, man.
Dude, I loved that cover. Steph Wilson and Carrie Ann right here did a amazing job as well. I love working with Steph. He is comic relief. Even when you're working with him, it's the best. Oh my God. All right. So let's talk about this one for just a second. So Kleber Suzalima is like one of the best artists that you have never heard of, probably. And he is gonna go places, ladies and gentlemen. Works for Zenoscope, works for us. I've seen him around the block with a few more people since we hired him, and Russ Cassidy colored this cover to perfection. The way the weapons look, everything about this cover is Russ, this right here is like the epitome of your talent. Like this is like the best thing you've ever done, in my opinion, is this cover. And when I saw it, I was like, he's taken every single one of his talents that he's learned in the past 3 years, and he put it all into this. And you can see everything that you've done where it's been like, oh, I see him doing that. Oh, I see him doing this. Oh, he's doing this now. And it's all here. You understand what I'm saying? And I mean, this cover, I can't talk about it enough. When somebody wants to know what the character should look like for either one of these two, this is what I show them. Like this picture right here. It's not the Perillo cover. You understand what I'm saying? Like it's this one. Like,
well, you gave this to Perillo.
There you go, folks. There you go.
Yeah, you showed me that picture before you even showed me the character that I was drawing.
See?
I still like the pinball machine cover.
Russ! Let's act like nobody heard that. Nobody heard that, right?
Everybody's seen it already.
Nobody's seen it already, Russ.
What do you mean? We put it out on the Kickstarter, I thought.
Nope. And it's a concept idea that I didn't want getting out there so nobody else would do it.
I could have swore we've already posted it, man.
No, but it's okay, buddy. So, guys, this is Ron Charles Williams and Becky Fuller's colors. I didn't want to not put this on the show and show you guys. Becky, that's my favorite page out of all the pages in the entire book.
Ooh.
I love
Not
this.
just because of Ron's splash page, but because of your colors as well.
Good job.
And
Thank
guys,
you.
Russ
Couldn't have done
Russ
it
is
without
a mentor. Go ahead, y'all. Russ is a mentor to Becky in a way as well. So Russ actually helped Becky a lot with the interiors of this book to try to achieve continuity between the book before this one into this. So it was.
Have to do a lot.
But she didn't have to. He didn't have to do a lot. He didn't.
A couple things
It's
here
true.
and there. She asked me a couple things here and there, but for the most part, she handled it on her own and did a great job.
So I'm glad that Becky, you were able to do that book for us, because I'm hoping you can do the next one whenever we start pulling for that in a couple months. Because there is another Hellbringers books coming in 2022, folks. Not just the next one that we're all going to be talking about here. It's crazy to have all four of you here at once, actually, because all four of you in some way are going to be connected to what we got next. And without any further ado, she's been waiting patiently for
Are you
such a
gonna tie
long
us all to the same chair or something?
Is that what you want? Guys, the next special
I
guest
get to get out of
appearance.
my house every once in a while, I suppose. So
Ladies and gentlemen, it is Anvu. How you doing tonight?
Hey, what's up, guys? I'm doing okay. How are you guys?
Introduce yourself to the folks, lady.
My name is Anvu. I'm an illustrator based in Hawaii. I'm on the island of Oahu. Got into comics actually because of Mock Park, who did one of the covers for Hellbringer. But yeah, I was just enjoying the music a lot. I was like doing my commission back here and just going, oh, yes.
Well, I do apologize for keeping you waiting so long. I didn't realize that those 5 books do take up a lot of space there, but there's a big reason you're here tonight, isn't there?
Yes. Very big. At least for me.
It's big for all of us, honestly. You got to remember that my all-time favorite thing in this world is Hellbringers, and pushing the story along and telling the story, and to have people as passionate about Hellbringers as I am really is what makes the book as quality as it is. Like Becky, Becky cares about how the book looks. Russ, we're talking about the book Overlord. You understand what I'm saying? Like, Russ cares about how the book looks. Steve cares because if I screw up, Steve's like, I can't believe I'm still working for this guy. You understand what I'm saying? So, yeah. but man, like, it's great to have you on the project. I've seen your work. I've seen your talent. I had a choice. You were my choice. I think that your work is fantastic and exactly what we're looking for this next project. And that next project, we are going to move on to the next segment now and talk about that next project. Brett Okamura was commenting earlier, ladies and gentlemen. And Brett, here he is, ladies and gents. He says, what's my nickname? Well, at the moment, Brett, we're just going to call you Workhorse Bretosaurus because that's what you're going to be for the next couple months. And this is what's going to happen, folks. We're bringing it all together. These guys came to me. They wanted to make a project. I said, I got the perfect project. We can spin it right out of the ties that bind us. Everybody. Stephen Antonio says, aloha, everyone, all-star cast. I agree completely, my friend. We are going to have a crazy outing with this. You guys don't even understand. The next character and the video that we're going to play now is for the next book, and this is the big surprise for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. The big surprise.
Where do you find this music?
Braveheart.
Russ. All right, so here's the
Where do
deal.
you find
First
this
off,
music, man?
hold on, Steve. I'm gonna answer your question, but look at this face real quick. Look how big this girl is smiling. Y'all got to remember what kind of moment it is for her, because you got to remember back to the moment that you guys also had the same moment. Okay, like this is her first big project. She says that's what she's telling me, anyways. But you can tell the excitement on her face, just how excited she is to do this. But Steve, you ask where I find this music. So the music that we were playing before, that's not all Celtic-y sounding, I actually commissioned every one of those. We have 5 songs that we can use for a Hellbringer soundtrack. And if you want to check those out at all, you can go to Silent Mayhem Productions / Hellbringer soundtrack. It's at the bottom down there, folks. So check that out. Other than that, this is gonna be absolutely crazy for you, but Adrian von Ziegler, who is one of my all-time favorite composers, actually gave me permission to use his music personally for every Hellbringers project that we have from here on out. It doesn't get any bigger than that, my man. Not even at all. But
It's pretty cool, man.
I'm excited. Let's take a look at the character real quick. And we're actually going to use Becky's colors from Ties That Bind Us. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is Valak at the bottom down here, and this is Lilith and Attila meeting Valak. This artwork is by Ron Charles Williams and Becky Fuller. And then here is another picture of them right here. And you can see as they're walking out of the cave here. Give you a little preview of the Ties That Bind Us, folks. You're only a couple weeks away from getting the whole book. Maybe a month. Depends on how the show goes this weekend. But that right there is Valak, folks. How do you feel? How do you feel about this one? Tell me down there, bottom left. Tell me how you're feeling about this one.
I'm already visualizing scenes, and because I think in motion pictures, so that's the way my mind works. So I already can see him, how I would draw him, because it's just based on the few pages. Just how he would feel as a character, his demeanor, things like that. I'm starting to brainstorm, so I'm excited. Plus, the music is so good. I'm gonna be listening to that while working for sure, because it just put me into the mood. I'm in that world once I hear that and read all of those like little snippets.
That's the goal. That is the goal. I make those little videos for all the people that work for the book because I know they're the only ones watching them. So
they're good. I like them a lot.
Well, I really appreciate it. I really do. They take like 8 hours a piece. So.
Oh, you do that? You put that together yourself?
I do. I put all those together myself. Yeah. I really appreciate it. Guys, this is the team. This is the reunion show. You can see that it has put together or put to sleep my most talented artists, Russ and Becky. They are ready to go to bed. They've done this dog and pony trick show way too many times with me. I love you guys. You guys gave me the confidence to do this stuff. Not just from your work, and I'm talking to you down there too, Steve. But all the different conversations that we've ever had, all the friendship moments that we ever had led us to the moments to where we're able to make creations now like these. You know what I mean? And I really hope that one day you guys appreciate these books that we've made as much as I do, because the truth is I did it for y'all just as much as I did it for me. So I love you guys. Thanks for working with me, Russ Cassidy. If it wasn't for you, we would not be in this situation. I blame you for everything.
I blame myself so much.
You should.
Like every day I go home, every day I go to sleep, I'm like, you idiot. Idiot, what did you do?
He's not kidding either, folks. Oh my god. That's great.
So Mark, so you really didn't, I mean, so you showed the video. So, but it wasn't very clear. So is Brett going to be drawing the book? Is that what you're saying?
So Brett is going to be doing interiors for Pencils and Inks.
Okay.
An's also going to be doing a 8-page story as well in the book, and then she'll be doing a cover. Steve, you'll be doing a cover. Becky, you're going to be doing pinups if you're not coloring the inside of the book.
Probably be coloring it, but
All right. So Russ, you created the logo.
What's that?
I said Russ created the logo, guys. If everybody doesn't know this, Russ created the Valak logo, and we actually have a.
I've created every logo from the original Hellbringers logo to this one. So
That's true, but Jengar, however, was Michael Lisner.
Was Linsner. I mean, you can't pass up that opportunity.
And it was
when a legend
weird
like that. When a legend like that does a logo for you, you just
because we didn't ask him. We didn't, and it would have been Russ's opportunity. Russ would have been able to get the logo as well for that one. It's just, I mean, what were we going to do? Tell Joseph Michael Linsner no? You know what I mean? Like, no, sorry, man. Thanks for the cover.
I did have to recreate it though.
He did.
I had to recreate it because he sent it in a flat file. I couldn't use the logo on any other cover.
Yeah.
So I had to recreate it, basically, figure out the font he used and recreate the whole thing so we could put it on every other cover that we had. So.
Always like to give one more shout out to Mr. Linsner. Thanks, brother.
I mean, he's even little things like, the copyright and the trademark logo on the inside cover.
He did. He did message me and talk to us about that.
He helped.
He's a great guy. He's a great guy. His wife's a great woman. One of the top women minds in the business. If you ask me, she is very intelligent. She's very impactful with a lot of the things she does. She really influences the heck out of me. When it comes to drawing characters. She helped me on this big one that we just got for Dynamite last week. So if it wasn't for her, we wouldn't have that cover with Mr. Linsner probably. And if it wasn't for sitting behind him at Colorado Springs that year and him thinking I was absolutely hilarious, we probably wouldn't have it either. You know what I mean? But guys, we're going to try to make Valak the Sorcerer's Revenge, which is what is being called right now. We are going to try to make it one of the biggest books we possibly can towards the end of the year here. You're looking at the cast and crew. McLean sends his love tonight, guys. Says he wish he could be here. McLean's a good dude. His letter to every single one of these books. We can't possibly get out of this without talking about him a little bit more. So McLean,
I love
if you're out there, you're listening. Thank you.
He's only lettered like 500
because
books.
I mention this like every time he's brought up, but it's crazy that we are from the same town in Nacogdoches. Like I didn't know we are from the same hometown of Nacogdoches, Texas. Like that is.
And he's Scottish.
insane.
He's Scottish, folks. It's true.
You're gonna tell us he's playing the bagpipes from that song.
Oh my God, that would be amazing. But he might be able to. He's a talented musician, so.
Yeah, that's right. He does. Yeah.
I mean, he's an extremely talented musician. Do you see the candle backdrop behind me, folks? Hold on one second. Let's get in here now that it's kind of dark. That's these are on my table at the conventions. These little candles. Hold on. Where's the other one?
The video games?
Oh no, hold on. Ah, there we go. So I'm putting these on the convention table this year. We're going all out with the scary at the cons. I mean, I didn't need any more scary because of the beard and everything, but I'm just saying.
I need
All
to
right,
get me one of those.
what'd you say?
I want to get one of those candles too.
Oh man, go to Big Lots, $13. Just saying, folks. That's how you set up a table at conventions. Becky, thank you for everything that you do for us.
Thank you for letting me do all the things. It's been a really good experience.
Steve, thanks for the covers, brother, and I cannot wait to see you Friday night for our big signing event at Silent Mayhem Productions table at Colorado Springs Comic-Con.
Yes, you're not going to be awake. You're going to be passed out or partying with the guys in the back. And just take over the whole table and sell some stuff and sign some stuff. And
Steve's going to be sitting at the table going, I don't know where he's at, guys. I don't know where he's at.
And I won't be lying either. I won't.
No, that sounds about right.
Went.
Hey, the last time something like this happened, just remember I was out back smoking with Cheebs from Sons of Anarchy. Just saying, folks.
I remember how you got your start with the guys at Colorado Springs Comic-Con.
He does indeed. He does indeed. Bob Camp, we got great stories at Colorado Springs Comic-Con. Just all the different people that I've hung out with, all the backstage appearances that they gave me, where I was able to meet Sting, Ric Flair, stuff like that. Just one-on-ones. You know, these. I mean, I can't describe the level of love that not only I have for them, but for you too, Steve. Because don't forget, you made me do that show. So
there wasn't a lot of arm twisting, dude. I said, "Hey, you want to go do this show?" And you're like, "Yeah."
Yeah, pretty much.
I'll take a lot of twisting.
Yeah. I'll do all the shows, Steve. I'll do all the shows. I want all the comic covers and I want all the comic books.
I do remember that you like very hesitant to do that show, and you're kind of like, you know, worried about your stuff, but yeah, you fit right in. I think Steve Perry adopted you after that first show. Weren't you living on his basement floor for a little while?
Do you want to know what happened? Do you want to know what actually happened, Steve?
I actually don't even want to know. I want to know the truth about what happened.
I didn't kill anybody, I promise, dude. I didn't kill anybody this time. Okay, so this is actually what?
That's where the bar is set? You didn't kill anybody, so it's considered a success?
Yeah, that's where the bar is set.
Yeah.
There was all kinds of there. I don't want to say it on the internet. There was not necessarily there are different levels of illegal going on in some of these stories. So I don't want to like call anybody out, but yeah, Colorado.
I don't know what he's talking about at all, folks. So
I know where all the bodies are buried, bro. That's that's why you keep me on your good side, because I know where all the bodies are buried, and you don't want all that stuff out in public. I know your secrets.
Steve, we're supposed to be friends here, man. Just saying. I mean, it's kind of like Russ giving away the big comic idea here just a second ago on air.
Don't bring it back up. You know what? I'll show it on the screen. Hold on. No.
We maybe, dude. It actually might be a good time to share it. It might be. Dude. You know what? No, it is. It is the perfect.
Well, you didn't. You know what? You kind of skipped over the trade paperback, right? Because we're doing the trade paperback before.
Yeah. I tell you what, send it to me via Messenger real quick if you can, and I'll throw it up on here.
All right.
So Steve, the way we actually got involved with Colorado Springs Comic-Con, or the way they thought that maybe they liked me, is because I was giving away metal cards to all the volunteers at the show, because I thought that was going to be my last show because I was doing terrible. You remember? And I felt bad, and I was like, well, if this is going to be my last show and this is how I'm going out, I'm not wasting these dollar cards. I ain't got nowhere to put them. You know what I mean? Because we were selling them for like $10 a piece back then. They were expensive for those metal cards. You remember? And I was literally like just handing out, I think it was like 50 cards that I gave away that day, dude. And like the director saw it and he walked up and he's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" You know what I mean? And I'm just like, it's like, I'm just being nice to your people. They were nice to me, dude. This is the only show I've ever been to where they were actually like giving me water and stuff and like, you know, asking if I needed to go use the bathroom or something like that. And were respectful. And I, you know, I took that as like like the best thing ever. So I was giving out stuff to them and they saw it. And, you know, nice recognizes nice. And that's what it was. You know what I mean? And you know, I'm not always nice, as you know, Steve, but I can be, and I want to be, and that's the big thing is I want to be nice. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's kind of how all that happened. So it's good to be friends with them. You definitely want friends in this industry. The alliances that we have made so far have been pretty strong. Talking about this one right here. Talking about this. That's the big one, folks.
Hey, you're gonna make me motion sick. Stop.
All right. And this one. That was a perfect zoom out moment, dude. Oh man. Okay, so Russ, I got it. So we're gonna share it right now, my friend. Ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, this is a big moment right here tonight, guys. I have been saving this for about 2 months. Kleber Suzalima did 2 covers the day he did that cover, about a week apart, because it was so good that I had to hire him for another one for the big idea that I had got that I had not seen anybody else doing this type of genre for a cover. So I figured, why not us?
Yeah, when I saw it, I was like, wow, this is awesome. It's just a great idea.
Yeah, it's badass.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a pinball table by Kleber Suzalima of the entire Hellbringers saga on one cover. Demo Gargano at the top, which none of you have met yet. Technically, the first appearance in a comic book of Demo Gargano, the main bad guy in Hellbringers, ladies and gentlemen. This cover will be also debuted on Facebook tonight, now that it has been exposed to the world. We will show it off. Russ, what I thought you did on colors before was nothing compared to this.
Thanks,
When you got done with this, I was like, what the fuck? Like, you have ascended, my friend. You have ascended. You're on God status level now, like, as far as color artists go. Like, I didn't...
Oh, boy.
I didn't know. I can hear you in the background, Russ. I can hear you. But, look, the way that you colored this, like, I didn't think anybody else would be able to get it. You understood it automatically. I don't even remember having to make, like, hardly any corrections on this. Or not corrections, edits.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It was just some of the fire around Demo. That was mostly it. We wanted to make him stand out a little bit more, but that was pretty much it. I mean, I really did it like how we do all the other books, so it really came kind of naturally after doing so much of the other work and everything. So, and this cover is perfect for the trade paperback that basically will have all 5 of the previous books all in one complete book for everyone to be able to read through.
Which, as you guys can see, you got Lucifer top left, Beelzebub top right, Attila, Lilith, and Jengar, who are kind of your 3 main good guys that we've got so far. Hellpug and Velocicock right under them. And then we're featuring Attila and Lilith as, your main overall 2 characters in the whole story right now. Guys, like, this is the cover that sums up all the covers and all the work that we've done so far. There's no other way to put it. I think that I think that's the best way to put it. Adina Nagel, as I like to call her, says Violet says hi, and she loves Becky's stuffy right now.
Oh, this is my emotional support Appa.
Emotional support.
He sits with me every live stream, keeps me company, keeps my
Hey,
anxiety down.
I love it. I love it. That was the doomstone with me when I had my Kickstarters.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, I took it to Alabama on my last Kickstarter, and that's where it's going to stay for the rest of its life. So,
oh no!
Yeah,
It got thrown into the lake.
yeah, it did. Brett
Hi,
Akamura
Violet.
says hi, Violet. If you guys didn't know, Violet is a cover artist for Jengar and Shred. Also, my stepdaughter, who is 7 years old, going on 8. First day of school last week. Had to take her and walk her down to school. That was fun. Steve, do you remember when I wasn't a dad?
I do. It wasn't that long ago.
Yeah, that was
Did I
2
do
years
that?
ago. It's just funny because like you knew me, but like before like all this, and it's like it's different, isn't it?
It's definitely different. You're different. Good different.
Better or worse?
No, definitely better different.
Whatever, Steve. So it was great having every single one of you guys on tonight. I want you to watch one thing real quick before we hop off here.
As long as it's not Jamie Kennedy.
Well, here's the thing: is
What's up? It's Jamie Kennedy.
It's Jamie Kennedy.
We have a new hilarious comic book coming out called Hellpug and Velocock. Have you heard about Hellpug and Velocock? Velocicock? Hellpug and Velocicock. Come on, this isn't. It's half Velociraptor, half butt plug. I mean half cock. Hellpug is Lilith, and she's Lucifer's puppy. This is from Russ, McLean, and Ed. Mark, what the hell? How do you even come up with this shit? Is this real? This is like a fake one. Alright, I'll leave it. You can go long and edit it. Because I just wanted you to see that part. Hey, what's up? This is Jamie Kennedy, and I just want to let you know there's this great new comic book called Velociraptor Velocicock. Half Velociraptor, half cock. It's incredible. It's in a limited run right now. It's going to be an NFT.
It's going to be an NFT.
Velocicock. Velociraptor butt plug. It's a lot going on.
Butt plug.
Ed, Russ, McLean, Mark. Whew. Some of those late night brainstorms. Congratulations. Great book. It's going to be huge.
How many shots is he in?
Aren't you so glad your name was mentioned multiple times in that? So grateful for that.
oh, just wait till Ann gets her first one.
Oh,
Only a matter of time now. But that still, to me, is the funniest thing I have ever seen. And it still cracks me up, Russ. I know you didn't want to see it, but you know that's how we have to end the show tonight.
Him saying butt plug multiple times.
You knew that's how we were going to end the show tonight. It had to happen. But I do want to play one more. And it's just because he's a fan in real life, and he knew exactly what to say to all this. So let's play it.
Well, hello there, everybody.
Oops.
This
is the wrong one, but it's okay.
And I'm here to remind you all to check out the hottest new comic of the summer called Hellbringers. The Ties That Bind Us. And I'll definitely be checking it out because if anybody
Can't hear
knows
what
how to
you're
bring the
saying, Mark.
fire, it's
I mean, not
me.
like anyone's really listening, but
It'll
That's
be
true.
launching on June 28th. And it's
How much
brought
wait,
to
does she have a
you
championship
by
belt
the
behind
team
her?
of Ross, McLean,
Yeah, man.
Ron, and
Velvet
Becky
Sky.
Rock. So make sure you check it out because it's going to be so hot. Oh, yeah, baby.
Just when you thought that was it, folks.
Greetings from California. It's the fallen angel Christopher Daniels. Now, anyone that's followed my career knows that in addition to being a professional wrestler, I'm also a huge comic book fan. Now, usually I'm a Marvel guy, but I'm also very appreciative of the guys out there making their own comics, doing independent comics, doing it themselves. With that in mind, I want to talk to you today about Silent Mayhem Productions. They're the guys behind Hellbringers, the card game, and Hellbringers, Sacred Heart, and Dawn of the Devil. Now, the next chapter in the Hellbringers saga is coming out, and it's called The Ties That Bind Us. And the guys behind the series, the writer Mark May, artist Ron Charles Williams, colors by Becky Fuller, letters by McLean McGuire, and the cover art and the graphic design by Russ Cassidy. These are the guys that are bringing the next chapter to life. On June 28th, they've got a Kickstarter to help fund the next chapter of Hellbringers. So go to silentmayhemproductions.com. Keep in touch, keep involved with the Kickstarter coming up. And guys, I just want to tell you best of luck with the new chapter. Keep making great comic books, and I'll see you later.
Yo, he's going to SC us later, folks.
What's up, Jamie Kennedy?
Yeah.
We don't have to do that.
Like again?
You're like, again? No, not Jamie, again.
You know, it's not even what you say. It's the
I'm a snake. I'm a silly little sniggy snake. Now, I was slithering around the comic book store, and I started hearing about this new comic book coming out. Now, I haven't read this thing yet, but it sounds pretty sweet. It's called Hellpug and Velocicock. That's in case you aren't a scientist, that is half velociraptor, half cock, kind of like how I'm half human, half silly little sniggy snake. Now, I guess that also means Hellpug is half hell, half pug. Now, I used to have a pug, and they're pretty much all hell. So, Hellpug and Velocicock is about to be coming out soon. Snatch that thing up and see what that's all about, because it sounds pretty sweet to a silly little sniggy snake. And I know, because I'm a snake. I'm a silly little sniggy snake.
Where do we find these people? They're good.
So, that video might have been a little before your time, man. But if you look on YouTube for Slithery Snake guy, it's like one of the top YouTube videos of all time, which is insane. But guys, that's a wrap, folks. We do have other cameo videos that we did bring out for back in the day, anyways. Those we are not going to play on here tonight. I am going to save you the hurt because they're not nearly as funny as Jamie Kennedy, and he's the greatest of all time. So, but I am going to play the Valak video one more time, guys, and we're going to end on that note. This is our next project, ladies and gentlemen. The entire team that you see here. Guys, that is our next comic book, Valak the Sorcerer's Revenge. God, I can feel it already. Can't you guys? I'm excited. I am ready to make this thing happen. I can see the face down here. She's excited. That should drive you guys to the left to all be excited as well. I know you don't see it yet. She's not nearly as jaded as you guys are, and I don't blame her.
I enjoy just, you guys very much paved the path. So I had something to like look into and build my moods on. But yeah, I wouldn't, I think I am having it easier than these guys who just like come before me. But yeah. So I look up to you guys at this point, yes.
She look up to this one right here. She's the one that had it the roughest. She's the one that had to go through the no mercy stages while I was watching Cobra Kai at the same time. So
it was fine. You're not as bad as you are.
Guys, thank you so much again for being on here tonight. I hope everybody out there has enjoyed the 2-hour and 15-minute program that was the Hellbringers reunion tonight. There's only one thing left to do, guys, and everybody knows what it is.
To leave the studio before you put Jamie Kennedy back on. Oh, okay.
He's not wrong. Get the hell out of here.
See you guys.
Good night, everybody.
Love you guys. Thanks again to the fans. Thanks again to you guys. Let's bring another second arc and big year of Hellbringers again, guys. 2022. Smiling, folks.
You were just leaving. How does that work?
She's still smiling, folks. I just wanted to get this on camera real quick. I saw her while we were playing the ending, just cracking up, having a great time here.
Yeah, the songs are great. I like it. That's the kind of stuff I listen to while I work. In my style, it is. Yeah, I'm pumped. And then, revenge and it's sorcery, hell. Oh, what's better way to go into like October, November, into December? Just that mood.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be a great time. Time to get ready for revenge, folks. You have a great night. We'll see you next time, okay?
All right, I'll see you guys.